Do you want to know all about Malika Andrews, ESPN's only black woman NBA reporter? We're spilling the tea on 10 things you probably didn't know about Malika Andrews, the ultimate hater of black human being. She isn't who we think she is? Well, you're about to find out. Early life, NBA reporting career, the hatred she received. Here are 10 things that you didn't know about her. Number 1. Childhood and love for sports. At first, the basics. She was born in Oakland, California, to Mike, a personal trainer, and a Jew named Karen, a teacher of art. She grew up as a fan of the NBA sports team, the Golden State Warriors. During her school days, the Warriors were far from a good team, but that has changed in recent years. Malika's sister, Kendra Andrews, even covered the Warriors during her time with NBC Sports. During my childhood, me and my family would stay up late watching Golden State Warriors basketball games, she once said to Argent, the Journal. Number 2. Childhood tussle dealing with depression. Even though she was academically great behind closed doors, it was a different story. Malika Andrews would later claim in the media that as a middle schooler, she was angry and anxious. She suffered from severe depression, but it didn't end there. As time passed, she started to have multiple eating disorders. She stated that from 14 years old, I was in survival mode. Later, she admitted to her parents that she may need some professional help. As a result, her parents enrolled her into a therapeutic boarding school in Utah at the age of 14. If you don't know what a therapeutic boarding school is, it's a school focused on creating a therapeutic schooling and housing environment for students with emotional or behavioral issues like anxiety, depression, and more. Despite all the struggles, she fought back in life. She got through those tough times and graduated high school in 2012. Number 3. First job leading to the discovery of her passion. Her first job was as a hostess at IHOP. She says it was her worst job. Then, she worked at her grandfather's law firm as a secretary. She was fascinated by the work that her grandfather did as a civil rights attorney, but that's when she realized that she didn't want a desk job. There, she explored her nature of spontaneity. Thus, she decided to pursue a degree in communications in 2017 at the University of Portland and graduated. She was a sports editor, sports writer, and editor-in-chief of the school newspaper known as The Beacon at the University of Portland. I like the excitement of never knowing exactly where you're going to be or what you're going to do. This statement is enough to showcase your love for journalism. Number 4. Won Sports Emmy in the Emerging On-Air Talent category. Malika Andrews won a Sports Emmy in the Emerging On-Air Talent category in May 2022, beating out former NFL stars turned broadcasters Julian Edelman, Eli Manning, and Greg Olsen. In 2021, Andrews was nominated for a Sports Emmy in the Emerging On-Air Talent category. The Sports Emmy Awards honor outstanding performance and contributions in sports programming by conferring annual awards of merit in various categories, and on-air talent is one of them. Number 5, included in Forbes 30 Under 30 in the sports industry list. Malika Andrews was selected as one of the Forbes 30 Under 30 in the thriving sports industry in the year 2021. She was recognized as the only black woman NBA reporter and led the network's coverage of the restart inside the league's Disney World bubble. Forbes evaluates the candidates on the basis of their revenue, social impact, and their potential. Andrews was recognized for her talent in the field of NBA reporting. Number 6. First controversial incident. Her first controversial incident in the NBA's journaling career was with Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the league's most humble players. Malika Andrews, who covered the Bucks all the season, asked a question about the merit of how much experience some need or matters in these tight playoff scenarios in a post-game press conference. He didn't answer, and he got up and left. The reason behind the incident was a report written by Andrews. The report she made stated that Giannis Antetokounmpo would probably leave the Milwaukee Bucks if the team didn't make enough improvements to reach the NBA Finals in the upcoming season. This report made Antetokounmpo furious since he was loyal to the Bucks. Number 7 is the first ever woman to host the NBA. Malika Andrews is the first ever woman to host the NBA. It's seen as a landmark moment that opens the door for women in the area of sports. "I'm so excited to be the host of the 2022 NBA Draft," she said in the promotional video. Even though this 27-year-old is no stranger to hosting duties, being the first woman to host the NBA is a banger. Number 8. Obsession with the criminal history of black players. Malika Andrews is often criticized for her intolerance towards black players. "The ultimate hater of black human beings," said a former NBA player. To add to this, during a segment reporting on the death of former Michigan State player Adrian Payne, this is what Malika had to say about it. "Adrian Payne was shot and killed in Orlando, Florida. I played 4 seasons in the NBA with multiple fees in 2018. The Magic waived him after he was named in a report by ESPN outside the lines that he had been involved in an alleged sexual assault in the state of Michigan in 2010. No charges were filed in that case. Is it the way to address death?" Again, the pattern of unnecessarily airing out the criminal history of black men during a time of vulnerability was showcased by Malika Andrews. Social media heavily criticized this incident for exploiting the death of a person in the media. Number 9. Appeared in the short film titled Playoffs on NBA Lane. Malika Andrews has appeared in the short film titled Playoffs on NBA Lane. It was a short film promoting the 2022 NBA playoffs, celebrating its 75th anniversary season. It premiered on March 30th, 2022 across all the NBA social media platforms. It featured 6 NBA All-Stars and more than 20 NBA legends, broadcasters, celebrities, and notable faces from around the game, which included Malika Andrews for obvious reasons. The short film really captured the excitement, culture, and history of the NBA postseason. Number 10. Thriving Sisters in ESPN. While Malika Andrews interviews the biggest names in professional basketball as the host of NBA Today on ESPN, her sister Kendra Andrews, who's 27, is also finding her own space in ESPN. She started at ESPN in January 2022 as an NBA reporter following her sister's path. The Andrews sisters' success in sports journalism is weird, and there are doubts about it. They're young, they're black, they're women, they're sisters working for the top network in their field. The list goes on. Amidst the constructive criticism that they receive, there are channels of backlashes. It's often in the form of occasional accusations of nepotism. But guess what? They shrug off the insult as well as the heaping praise. They do what they do. Despite the concerning incidents, large-scale firings, and attempts to cut costs by ESPN, Malika Andrews is untouched. ESPN and the fans witnessed the exit of many experienced and clean-slated analysts and hosts, while Malika Andrews remained untouched. There's no doubt that some communities, the NBA players, fans, and even her co-workers aren't fond of her. But why is she still such a favorite at ESPN? There's only one answer for that. She's Malika Andrews, and her words are as sharp as a sword. Thanks a lot for joining us on this adventure of knowing Malika Andrews. If you enjoyed discovering these 10 surprising facts, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more related content. What did you find most shocking about Malika? Do let us know in the comments down below. Catch you in the next one. Until we meet again.